Happy Veterans Day. Those who've enlisted, those who have volunteered many years ago, those drafted into the military, we cannot thank you enough. You're a breed apart, and a shrinking breed, I'm afraid. But thank you for all you've done, all your sacrifices. Our country owes you a great debt. I fear some of our country don't care, but those who believe in our country absolutely do, like the people in this audience. I want to have a conversation with you. It's not on any particular event taking place today or even this week, but it's one of those occasions where I feel we need to have a national conversation, which we do hear from time to time. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I write a lot about our history, ancient history, about freedom and tyranny and totalitarianism, principles that undergird our society, the attacks on these principles. And so it's, with almost 25 years of experience behind this microphone and writing these books and communicating with you every way I can think of, that I come to you with a very heavy heart. We've talked about what's going on in this country at some great length. I wrote a book called On Power. Before that, I wrote a book called The Democrat Party Hates America. And before that, I wrote a book called American Marxism. And unfortunately, this has all come to pass now. What we have within the Democrat Party is not just a battle between two entities. You're watching the Democrat Party being eaten by a bacteria, by a cancer, by a force with an ideology that is foreign to our nation's ideology and belief system, that I've been talking about for some time. That is Marxism and Islamism. And what set the stage for this Marxism and Islamism is the Democrat Party. Its immigration practices, of which there were none. Its constant effort to destroy our founding principles. DEI, CRT, the 1619 Project, the constant, relentless rhetoric and propaganda against our institutions. And they have weakened our institutions, intentionally so. They have used our education system to advance ideologies. They have used our education system to empower themselves. They're power hungry, and they seek to centralize power. But they have unleashed forces now that they cannot control. Forces that are devouring that party. Forces that are devouring their leadership. Forces that are devouring their rank and file and replacing the rank and file. The Democrat Party's base is now the Democrat Party's center, its core. You can see it in front of your eyes how quickly it's transitioning. And these forces that are now devouring the Democrat Party from within have been unleashed by the Democrat Party itself, hate the country. And they are using language and slogans and propaganda and demagoguery to package their hate for the country, the hate for our founding, the hate for our history, the hate for our belief system as righteous, as liberating, as equality, as affordability. But that doesn't change who they are. They mask it, they camouflage it, but they're out to take us down. And this is spreading, and spreading fast. Most of the media ignore it. Ignore it. Might hurt ratings. Might chase away sponsors. Some of the media participate in it to give platforms to the Marxists and the Islamists and so forth. That's what they do. But it's worse than that. As I've studied Germany, as I've studied Spain, as I've studied other countries in the world, our own country, but mostly them, how they have civil wars. Some of them are violent, physical civil wars. Some of them are not. There's a reaction that is developed in response to what I just described on the right. I'm not talking about constitutional conservatives. I'm talking about on the right, the radical right. And that reaction is to DEI. That reaction is to unbounded immigration. That reaction is to high taxes that destroy productivity. And a mentality that is spreading and spreading very fast. Very fast. Through the help of podcasters, so-called influencers who are grifting off this, are becoming infamous off of this. That can best be described as fascistic. Unfortunately, the world has been here before, but our country is not. We have rejected Marxism and fascism, totalitarianism. But now with a fairly corrupt media and podcasters and so-called influencers that become extraordinarily famous and wealthy by promoting one or the other, or the battle between the two, we now have voices that reach into cars and homes and the public square, promoting this stuff. Promoting it. We have a younger generation on the right that is split evenly, or worse, on the support of this country. We have a younger generation on the left that hates the country. This is the truth. On the left, they blame certain racial groups, certain ethnic groups, certain religious groups, like Jews, like Christians, for all their problems. That's the Marxist left. On the fascistic right, they blame the Jews, they blame Christians who don't embrace a kind of bigotry, and they attack our institutions too. So the Marxists want to destroy our institutions, and the fascists want to destroy our institutions too. The Marxists because they want to replace it, the fascists because their argument is they don't serve the purpose that they support. And then we have the grifters who give voice to one or the other and promote them. But what is happening, and I've written about this extensively, we've talked about it from time to time, but I really want to crystallize and focus on this. So what is happening now is that support for our nation's founding and founders, support for our Declaration and our Constitution is dwindling. It's even starting to collapse, with the Marxists wanting to replace it and the fascists claiming they don't work right, so we need to replace it as well. It's almost as if rational, intelligent, substantive debate and discussion are irrelevant, are dismissed. On the left, they don't want to hear about it. So they destroy monuments, they destroy our history, they rewrite it, they condemn our founders, they condemn the West, they attack the West. And the fascistic right, they attack these institutions as having failed or promoting this counterculture. In many ways, they're right in that respect. And then you got to blame. You blame the Jews. You blame traditional conservatives. You blame the Constitution. You blame the founders. This is what's meant by this sort of a U spectrum ideologically that's taking place in our country. You see the overlay of the Marxist fascistic mindset, even though typically one wants nothing to do with the other. However, this is why you'll see a podcast or influencer on the fascistic right praise Mondami, almost out of jealousy. See, the Republican Party is not embracing the fascistic right. It's resisting it. Not enough, but it is. The Democrat Party is being devoured by the Marxist left because they wouldn't fight it. And now, rather than resist it, they're becoming it. They're becoming it. This really has nothing to do with Israel. It has nothing to do with Netanyahu. That war is effectively over. And yet, what's taking place in our country continues. It continues. See the assassination of Charlie Kirk, for God's sakes. You see the brutal attack on Turning Point participants the other day by the Antifa types, by the left. They've been militarized. And in response, I fear you're going to see the same sort of thing happen with the fascistic right. I was told by a local police chief, I can't get too detailed because I don't want to reveal it to people who wish harm, that I needed to get security and I needed to get it right away. That they would like to know my whereabouts, but that in the end, I need to protect myself. We've been told that about our home and our family too. So when the Alex Joneses and the Megyn Kellys and the Tucker Carlsons and the Steve Bannons, when they attack me and my faith and my family, it has consequences.